So it is best 3 out of 5. I know Juanpi is probably going to start with Palu. Yep. Do you think there's going to be the real possibility we see the banjo switch?
I want to see the banjo, honestly. I would love to.
Roy, though.
Oh,
Banjo against
yeah,
Roy.
no, he's totally fine. He's totally fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think Banjo versus Roy definitely sounds pretty bad, right?
Yeah,
Because
right.
you're a character where you have to set up. It's like, you know, grabbing the grenade of Banjo is kind of like requires a similar setup time to like grabbing Banana on Diddy.
Yeah.
And then, you know, even if you get it, it doesn't give you a lot in neutral against Roy because his maneuverability is just he'll be able to get around a lot of the set play that you want to go for. So I think it's most realistic that we see the Palutena all games of this set or the Brawler even. But you know, Banjo, I think it was a neat trick yesterday, and I would love to see it again today. But I'm just not sure it's the right matchup for that. And I mean, Goblin already, though, maybe posing the question of if Palutena is even the correct pick here.
Yeah.
A quick stock coming over, not even a minute in.
Absolutely. And we know Palu is just Fundy Goddess. And the blinks, the dodges, everything. Her neutral air just haunts nightmares. We'll have to see if Juanpi can get this return because he's playing pretty solid dealing with this Roy pressure, dealing with that Goblin pressure. And
Big down tilt there.
Wow. I just going to go for the back air. Missing, unfortunately.
Yeah, Juanpi looked like he was looking for back throw there, but Goblin, too much presence of mind to let that one slip. Gonna just go ahead and roll and get a quick punish. Now, as Juanpi, you're in the corner against Goblin, who is on Roy, one of the worst characters to be in that situation against. And Palutena pretty tall, so she can get Jared for a while and with relative ease. Even jab side B we saw an attempt earlier. Maybe too much rage in the tank now for Goblin to go for that one, but still gonna use that double-edged dance to break out of the corner here.
And this is something that we talked about yesterday when we saw Goblin on Roy. It's not just the Roy, it's Goblin Roy. But with that being said, finally we do see the Palutena being able to answer back, getting the first stock off of Goblin. But is it too little too late? 93% right now on the side of Juanpi.
Oh, man. Juanpi is trying his best, but Goblin Roy just hits different as he takes another stock right there. 100%. And it's just the amount of aggression he throws out. You know, like some Roys do play a little bit cautious. Goblin is not that type. If he knows he has a leg up in the matchup, or even just against a player mentally, you know, we always talk about like player perspectives coming into things. He just feels like he plays so different.
Goblin saving his double jump there for so long. Speaking of defense, you know, not always his choice to be in that, or their choice to be in that defensive situation, but still forced to be there sometimes. Saving the double jump, very good play.
And that's another point that we were making about Goblin Roy, of course, is that the majority of Roys, they're not very good off stage. Meanwhile, the back throw is going to land from Palutena, putting it down to one stock apiece. And the thing is that your main strategy is you want to get Roy off stage, but Goblin Roy is very well adapted to playing off stage.
Yeah. Goblin does have a very good offstage game. I mean, you have to, right? You have to. And just like that, Goblin on the Roy, taking game number 1.
Juanpi definitely stuck between a rock and a hard place there, getting hit by that down tilt. That down tilt can not only, you know, confirm into many tech chases, but also with no tech there, it just became a really reactable situation for Goblin there. Was probably going to end up dropping the stock no matter what. Just selected in the normal get up and got pivot cancel F tilted, going right into game 2 here really quick. So
no
Juanpi
switch.
obviously not letting that affect them too much. Of course, that game actually ended up being really close, deceptively close as well, because I mean, we talk a lot last game about, you know, Goblin's defensive habits, the ability to sort of save that double jump and all the resources when needed. But I mean, Palutena is Palutena, and that character can not only put you through the ringer in the corner, but also off stage under the right circumstances.
Right. It's something that Cap had alluded to, the offstage game. Not the strongest for Roy, not the strongest, but Goblin plays it just a bit differently. He's really good at saving his double jump, which is, you know, the key if you are going to try stuff off stage. As we do see Juanpi not necessarily giving up this fight. It's a closer first stock than it was in game number 1. Seems to have woken up a bit, seems to have a better game plan. Gets grabbed, gets got, gets thrown. Ooh, that run-up parry? Okay, hello, Goblin.
Yep, and you can see the percentage is starting to level out a bit, but unfortunately for Palutena coming from Juanpi, it's still not even as yet another huge smash. And the up tilt comes from the side of Goblin to get the first stock off of Juanpi.
Juanpi just going to dash attack right out of the corner there. In a juggle situation now, Goblin with no jump, but instead a double wave bounce side B actually to land there. Really interesting mix up there. Have not seen that one before. Maybe you'll see one, a B reverse or a wave bounce coming down, but
yes,
two.
Killer back throw.
Still though, despite all that incredible defensive play from Goblin, that's going to be the back throw from Juanpi to sort of even us on this playing field once again. Ooh.
Wait a minute.
That was a fiendish. That was a fiendish.
Wait, hold on.
Double-edged dance there, trying to cancel, or rather two-frame Juanpi into maybe some further shenanigans off stage there.
Ooh, good job avoiding the up B. I mean, maybe Goblin just going for repositioning. Oh no! Dash attack stopping just in front of Roy. Unfortunately, shield not going to block that. But yeah, this is a lot closer. Everything is a matter of inches in this second stock, as you see. Juanpi making the adaptations necessary, and Goblin playing a little bit more reckless.
Right now,
great parry.
In the mid percent is really where these stocks can be made or broken for each player, because both of these characters are relatively fast faller. They're in the fast faller archetype. They're both, I guess, relatively heavy as well. So the combos are definitely going to come through on one side or the other. A couple up airs could have made that stock very different for Juanpi, but instead found themselves at the end of a forward smash from Goblin. So now going to have to play catch up once again.
And not only that, but what makes Roy so dangerous as well is that we've already talked about they're not like other swords.
I wanted to see it. I wanted to see it.
Yeah. Being able to get that second stock off of Goblin.
Oh my god, I wanted to see the counter come out. It's so rare for it to be used effectively because of how slow it comes out. But in that situation, Juan just went for it, and unfortunately for him, though.
A 0 to death right off the back of that, yeah.
Yeah, but before I was so rudely interrupted
I'm so sorry.
by Juanpi. Yep. I was saying that what makes Roy so dangerous as compared to a lot of the other Fire Emblem swordies, particularly Marth, they don't have to rely, or Lucina even, they don't have to rely on the tip of the sword. They can just literally just forward smash, and then it will connect and do the utmost damage.
Yeah. And he has a cool reverse grip too, because he's all edgelord, weeaboo type stuff. But we're going into game number 3 here.
That's on the record, you saying that.
Juanpi sticking with Palu all the way through, small battlefield all the way through. They're saying, nah, we're running it many times, played through, and it's even off the bat. Let's see if Juan can go ahead and push this to game 4. Comeback season starts right now. It's multiple up airs going to connect here.
This sequence began from Juanpi with a really interesting use of up air, and it really just has not let go on the momentum. Trying to use drag down up air to actually pull Goblin off stage into maybe another one of those counters that we saw last game, but no. Instead, Goblin going to be able to reset the situation. Now put Juanpi in the corner. Holding center stage really effectively, trying to land some parries on these forward airs, weave in some hits where they can, but nothing too large just yet. Just a dash attack from Palutena. Very good air dodge there from Goblin, air dodging all the way through that massive and long-lasting up air. So quite, definitely a lot to be said about that particular air dodge there, being able to make it all the way through.
Yeah, very interestingly enough to note, Juan has been just matching the aggression so far in this game number 1, and it's working out very well for him as he has a significant damage lead over Goblin right now. And these consecutive dash attacks and up airs and jumping forward airs, it's just working, and it's worked well enough to get him this first stock here. This time, first blood going the way of Juanpi.
And you know what makes it even that much more impressive, at least, from my perspective, is that Roy not only is a very strong character that can get knockbacks insanely quickly, but they're also beefy and they can eat a lot of damage. So for Palutena right now, it feels like they have to do double the damage and double the work in order to confirm stocks.
Yeah, and the reversal is just so potent from Roy as well. So when you're in advantage versus this character, you always have to be so careful not to overextend, because at a moment's notice, you can then be the one getting juggled or be the one getting put in the corner, which is just such a terrible spot to be against a character with an up air like that and so many effective corner space tools.
That was really nice. The dash from Roy, he does that low dash in, actually avoiding some of the hits from the target shot. And now I like a lot of the defensive options coming out from Goblin here, switching up his gameplay a little bit because he is a little bit more under pressure from Juanpi, and it's just, that was so good. Good dodge through, but the follow-up is better from Goblin, putting Juan at his stock life, the match point in the eyes of Goblin. Let's see how we can close it out.
I love how Zeal just makes predictions before the round starts.
And then
they happen. Palutena is literally juggling like the circus, and then all of a sudden Zeal mentions, oh, but if Roy starts to get the juggle on you, it's only going to take 1 or 2 hits, and then you're gone. And then what happened? Roy started to come out with the counter juggle, and already we're down to the last stock here for Palutena.
Exactly, and what a conversion from Goblin there, too. You actually using the weak down air into back air. It was sort of a new age Roy and Crom combo, honestly. Not something that too many people have really mastered yet. But it's been around conceptually for a while, though. Goblin obviously at the forefront of the play, but Juanpi definitely making a statement here that they want to stay in this winner's side of the bracket, trying at least, but a jab backer from Goblin there. Not going to actually do it here on small battlefield. Actually a little surprising. Juanpi just with the DI of the gods right now.
Yeah, I thought that connected through, but the DI is
he got
good.
Reverse nair.
Yeah.
Or they got reverse nair.
Could teleport, but good follow through, but great shield on landing by Juan. Can bring this back. He's at a very dangerous percent. The explosivity of Roy definitely comes into play here. Missing that down tilt, not going to do much. Very, very close now. Approaching that 100 point, maybe looking for that offstage counter like he did a few moments ago. Looks for the up air. Ooh, that shield was so pivotal.
And this could actually work because they can bait out Roy, because we already know Goblin is not afraid to get the challenge off stage. So if they can constantly take this battle off stage, Palutena Juanpi could actually get this last stock off.
There it is, there it is.
There it is.
There it
and
is.
Palutena from Juanpi gets their first round win in the series. No sweep here today.
No sweep at all. Put away the dustpan.
Yeah, Juanpi really looking for a lot in that last stock. It was definitely anyone's game, and you have to admire sort of the tenacity there to actually commit for some of those reads, because there were a couple of times where Juanpi was like expecting a jump at a disadvantage or expecting something else at a disadvantage, wasn't able to land it. Even we saw Juanpi go really deep off stage for a back air at one point and just ended up misspacing it and actually managed to get out of the corner, which would have been so devastating to be in multiple times, able to reset that exact situation of putting Goblin in disadvantage either positionally or by literally hitting. And then eventually just, close it out. Very impressive.
For sure, for sure. But now the reel is back, the Vil is back. You know how to get it in at least one time. Game number 4 here. Can Juan get us to that clutch game 5, or is Goblin going to wreak havoc off this first stock? I mean, you might be thinking it might be the latter.
Yeah, you see, and we're all talking about the up tilts, the down tilts. What you really got to look out for is Goblin's lean tilt. If Goblin leans forward, that means that
You see with the camera.
Yeah.
I see with the player camera. Yeah,
look at him.
He's hit full gamer mode.
Absolutely. And then, not to mention, now we're back here, like you said, on Town and City right now. Palutena from Juanpi, not looking too strong. They're already down a stock.
Yeah, Goblin almost able to close out that stock early there with the forward, up, forward motion there on the double edge dance. Had to play neutral a little bit longer. Juanpi able to get on the board here at almost 90%. Now mounting up to 100 though. Not too insurmountable of a disadvantage here for Juanpi, but Palutena is one of those characters where once you get past that sort of, dream golden percent, it can be sort of hard to close out these stocks because you just have to land something raw, be it a grab, be it a back air, a nair, something just has to connect. And against a character like Roy with so much mobility, that can be far easier said than done.
For sure, and I'm really needing to see Juan just go back to the Palutena fundies and, jumping up air, claiming that stock. It took him a hot minute. We talked about the beefy boy that is Roy and how many hits he can eat from Palu, but man, Juan really had to work for that just to get a stock off of Goblin. Now he's already at the 100% himself. Now it's just danger signs flashing. Good dash 2. Maybe go for a chain. No. Good raw up B coming out from Goblin for the reversal. Looking for that up smash. Not going to connect. But this is what we wanted to see, right? This is exactly what I was talking about. But miss grab. Definitely going to get punished.
100%, and now you can see we're back center stage. Not the best scenario right now for Juanpi, but with that being said, all it's going to take is one solid up smash, and there you have it. We're down to the last stock now for Juanpi.
Wait, what?
I'm so confused. Wait.
He fast fell.
He did a fast.
Yeah, Juanpi fast fell that back air a little bit too far, and it actually resulted in an SD that will lose Juanpi the series here.
If you blinked, you missed it.
Like genuinely, yes.
Because I really thought that Juanpi took Roy off stage
and then was able to port back. I thought he hit him and then the upbeat back up, but fast fall.
That's the worst time to do it too, because in that scenario, had Juanpi actually closed that stock out with the back air, Juanpi was at 0%.
0%, right?
Would have been able to go right back up onto the stage there, and then play neutral for one more stock, maybe take it against Goblin to game 5, but instead now because, again, of that fast fall. I guess, we're not going to have that one. But, Goblin's still, going to be feeling pretty happy about that, you got to imagine. And Juanpi, too, being able to at least, take some games off of someone who definitely has dominated the local scene in CFL for a long time.
Yeah, and then not to mention,